research on this. So I got a number of issues, major issues. First one is a high false alarm alerts, and then inability to detect 0 days attacks, and poor scalability in IoT environment. And we need for this better accuracy, accurate intrusion detections, real-time threat monitoring, and cyber security framework. We want scalable cyber security frameworks. So my project major objectives are develop a real-time anomaly detection system. So I developed a real-time anomaly detection system, and I integrate two major data set. Like first one is a healthcare data set, and second one is a cyber attacks data set. And I applied ensemble learning for institution detections and live GBM for optimized detections. So for real-time predictions, I used Flask-based web application for deployment. So in my data constructions, first data is the cyber attack data set. So in this data set, there are all the information will be there about attacks. And second is the healthcare data set. In this healthcare data set, there is a patient's related medical informations. So when I combine this both data set, I got 2,53,680 records. So this much of huge data set I used for better outcomes and better predictions. So my proposed system architecture is that, so when I use a Flask framework, I need to start my server, so local server, and then after that,
A very good morning to all. So, hearty welcome to the day 2 of our international conference. Ma'am, shall we start our presentation? Yeah. Let me invite Jayal Sherwani Garu for the presentation. Thank you.
Okay, sir. Okay, sir. Thank you. Thank you, sir. So, respected session chair, distinguished professors and researchers, participants who are gathered over here, online and offline, a very good morning to one and all. And first of all, I am very glad to be a part of this global challenges and AI solution driven sustainable development international conference, that is GCAISD 2026. Myself JL Sarvani Tipatti, and I am research scholar of Adikavi Nannaya University, Rajahmundry, Andhra Pradesh, India. So here I am going to present my paper entitled Blockchain in Education, a systematic survey of applications, adoption barriers and implementation frameworks. Okay, that is actually guided by my supervisor Dr. P. Venkateshwar Rao Garu, Adikavi Nannaya University, and he is also associate professor there. So the main, I would like to coin two important terms in my study, that is education and blockchain. So as we all know that education is a cornerstone for sustainable development, and when we consider a national development, the education becomes, or it plays a major role for social and economical development of the country. So when it comes to the blockchain technology, it was introduced in 2008 by Satoshi Nakamoto as an alternative money or the cryptocurrency. So at the beginning it was invented for the application of cryptocurrency or the digital currency. Okay, so later on, most of we have already heard about the term Bitcoin. Okay, so that is the first generation or introduction of the blockchain at 2008. After that, with the introduction of the Ethereum, the complete face of the blockchain has changed from the financial applications to document-based credential secure and all these things. Okay, so today's my study is related to application of the blockchain in education sector. So blockchain in education sector, a system, I'm going to present the study, that is a systematic survey of applications and adoption barriers and emerging frameworks. So when it comes to the introduction part, the reason why we have to include the blockchain technology in the educational sector. So the existing digitalized educational sectors are developed as that is conventional systems, or existing conventional systems are they are all completely centralized. That means if any one point of failure occur, the whole system can be disturbed. Okay, so when it comes to this present study, and apart from this, the present educational system is also facing many challenges, like the certificate verification process and all, some delays will be there. Okay, including credential fraud and fragmented academic records and inefficient verification process. So this verification process is sometimes also delayed because of a third person has to approve that verifications, and automatically the verifier is not having any access to the database of the educational institution, so automatically the delays will occur. So, and some vulnerabilities in the existing database systems. When it comes to the blockchain technology, it seems as a solution for these present challenges, because it offers a secure, transparent and decentralized solution through immutable records with the cryptographic security and smart contracts. So in our future discussion, we can more elaborate about these important properties of the blockchain technology. So research interest in blockchain based education has grown rapidly with the publications increasing from 2016 to 2026. So the first publication was made in 2016 in related to the blockchain in education. I can recollect the name not fully, but it is blockchain and kudos. So that paper was the first paper published officially in 2016 as a part of blockchain in education. So and moreover, at 2016 there is only the study started with 12 publications, and as of now it is increased 500 plus publications. So it is indicating the emerging need for digitalizing the education sector with the blockchain technology. So this study presents a systematic review of blockchain applications, adoption barriers, emerging frameworks in education with a specific focus on evolving Indian educational system. When it comes to the problem statement, year. So this is a great loss of the economy. So by considering some of the papers are already proving that in the Badade and Diogo Anka 2025 he published this particular work, and by considering such kind of things, okay, we are interested to work on this particular title. And next, apart from this, apart from the existing studies, the major motivation or the interest towards this blockchain in education is the blockchain is providing trustworthy environment. That means it is cryptographically encrypted records it's offering, and automated life cycle, in the sense the administration works can be automated without any intervention of the human, like scholarships can be triggered automatically whenever a particular student reaches a particular criteria, and course completions can be recorded, and verifications, all these administrator related information can be automated. And the major interest for this particular study is what in educational sector adoption of the blockchain, to what extent it is now, as of now. So in both global level as well as national level. Okay. So this is the major motivation for our study. And while coming to the reference, so with this particular motivation, we have referred some literature, that is existing blockchain and educational system. When we refer this particular graph, the blue line indicates the global level adoption of the blockchain, and orange line indicates the national level, especially consideration is Indian blockchain adoption. So when we consider the graph, okay, it's drastically increasing till 2025. At the beginning 2016 to 16, actually the research oriented, it was introduced. After that, at 2019, some pilot projects have developed on blockchain and educational based. And while coming to 2022, these projects have deployed successfully on major educational institutions. So later on, at 2025, this deployment converted into, by the interest of the researchers more, that was converted into the frameworks development. So that is successfully converted globally and nationally till 2025. When we observe this particular analysis and the graph, it's gradually declining after 2025. So the reason why it is declining, in the sense, the primary reason is with the introduction of the artificial intelligence, and most of the researchers diverted their research work from blockchain related work to the artificial intelligence. That is the major barrier that I have identified. And apart from this, the scalability and the speed issues that already blockchain is facing, that is not completely yet solved. So that is also one of the reasons. And high implementation and maintenance cost also one of the reasons that drop down the line after 2025. And data for privacy conflicts that are, because the blockchain systems, the institutions which are developed educational systems based on blockchain, they are not having proper regulatory systems or compliances, and lack of universal standardization. There is no specific standardization. So that is also one of the reasons why this graph has declined. And this is also one of the major observation from the literature that we have referred. The blockchain adoption in Indian educational systems specifically, where the major institutions like IITs and IIMs are having major contribution up to 38%. Their institutions are already blockchain based education. And now the state universities, actually the Chitkara University was the first Indian university which introduced the blockchain in their university. And later on some of the universities by adopting the blockchain frameworks, existing frameworks, they have increased their percentage of utilization. And some of the deemed universities and CBSE boards and occasional and polytechnic colleges also having some minor contribution as blockchain and education. While coming to this application domain, so in our existing study, we have identified the literature what we have surveyed. We have identified that the major contribution of the researchers place on these particular application domains: the digital credential management and verification, and learning records and e-portfolios, academic integrity and anti-plagiarism, and decentralized learning ecosystems and micro-credentials, smart contracts in academic administration, and student data privacy and content management. So these are the only existing studies that are major focus of the researchers. And after that, from the literature, we have just consolidated the global organizations that are taken the blockchain adoption, right from the foremost and first organization that is adopting globally the blockchain technology is the MIT, that is Massachusetts Institute of Technology. And they have first utilized the Bitcoin as the platform for implementation. So the major drawback with this Bitcoin is it is using the proof of works consensus algorithm, which is very slower. That means the number of transactions processed per second is very low. So like 15 to 30 transactions can be processed, even though it is implemented as a public blockchain platform. It is globally acceptable. So if any certificate verification is there, that is globally done with this particular, but it is the major inspiration for all other educational institutions to take motivation for further development. And after that, University of Nicosia and some other global universities have taken blockchain adoptions. And these are the basic or the consolidated analysis that we have taken. And while coming to the Indian perspective, the blockchain adoption in Indian educational system is also evolved from 2019 to till date. Okay, so here as I already told you, the Chatkara University is the first university who implemented the blockchain in their educational system, and major institutions like IIT Kanpur and remaining state boards, and all are having their own contributions towards the blockchain adoption in educational systems. And the key metrics of blockchain adoption in educational system, that means here we have consolidated how the framework is processing the information. Based on that, the CBSE is till now, as per the metrics of the National Informatics Center 2025 data, 171 million plus documents have been processed by the CBSE, and like that remaining so many organizations who adopted the blockchain in Indian government. These are the statistics that we have consolidated here. So from this global, by considering this global adoptions and the national adoptions, we have identified few things that are not mentioned and not covered in the literature survey. That is we mentioned here the research gap, because the existing studies mainly focuses on these credential verification systems and blockchain architectures and technical frameworks and individual institutional implementations and smart contracts and academic administration. But they fail to focus on these particular gaps where the comprehensive reviews are failed, are very less. We can say the limited, but not completely poor. Some structures have already taken that. The comprehensive reviews are very limited here, and Indian centric research was very less, and fragmented understanding of the barriers and frameworks and future directions, all that is also becomes a barrier here. And adoption challenges and adoption challenges under explored. So these regulatory policies and the standards that government has to be taken, that is also lagging in the present literature. So the emerging technologies like the self-sovereign identities and cryptographic algorithms like zero knowledge protocols can more efficiently can work with the blockchain technologies, but most of the frameworks that are currently existing globally and nationally, they fail to introduce these particular technologies in their frameworks. So for our contribution for this particular studies, we have done the systematic review around 185 publications, and our study is gone through past decade, that is right from 2016 to 2026, and we have made a global analysis as well as the national analysis on the literature what we have gained, and identification of the adoption barriers and research opportunities also we have mentioned in this present study, and development of consolidated understanding of blockchain enabled educational systems. So this is where we have failed in the as part of the gaps we have identified, and these important aspects we have mentioned are considered for our present systematic survey. So for making this particular survey, the research methodology we followed is the systematic survey is the Prisma 2020. So why we have preferred this Prisma 2020, in the sense it just actually the Prisma is the preferred referring items for systematic review and meta-analysis. So actually it was introduced at 2008 and the latest version is the 2020. We have referred this particular Prisma architecture, Prisma 2022 for our present study, and with this it is providing us a systematic survey. The literature can be gained. From this we have just pick up the literature from the major databases or the peer-reviewed databases like the IEEE and ACM digital libraries and Scopus and all these databases from where we have collected the data, and applied some research strategies by using some strings like the blockchain or the distributed ledger and all. We have searched for the data from these databases. By the result, we obtained the 4,612 records related to our present study. And from this again we have filtered by using the criteria, like we have preferred only English literature papers from only past decade, that is 2016 to 2026, and all they can be either peer reviewed or the grey papers or the grey literature. With this particular constraint we obtained totally 185 studies were included and remaining all excluded out of 4612, and high impact studies only that is considered for this present study is only 40. And the most important part that is from this by analyzing these 40 peer reviewed journals, we have made a finding that Blockchain in educational system, there is adoption. Okay, the main how the basic properties of the blockchain is linked to the educational system. We mainly find out three different themes. The first one is the basic properties of the blockchain and the consensus that can be applied, or the blockchain architect, various architectures, how they can affect the educational system. When it comes to the core properties of the blockchain and how they are related to the educational system, because by considering each and every property of the blockchain, it is especially contributing relating to something to the educational system. So by considering the immutability, that is irreversible nature, because the blockchains are linked by the hashes, the irreversible nature, that is once data is stored in the database, it never be, even a minor change in the data can leads to a large change in the hash value. So the reversibility is not possible. That is, once the hash is available, we cannot get the original data from that particular hash. So this immutability prevents the credential fraud, and decentralized nature of the blockchain, it prevents from the single point of failure, because the educational systems present before the blockchain, they are all centralized digital educational systems. So whenever a particular point of failure is there, the whole system can be having the problem. So this particular event, this particular issue can be solved by the decentralized nature of the blockchain. And while coming to the transparency, when we consider the process of the accreditations or any accreditation purposes or the compliances or any auditing and all these things can be done better by considering the property of the transparency. And the cryptographic systems, okay, in blockchain it is using for hashing purpose the both public and private blockchain, which provides the security. And the smart contracts is the consensus. The consensus mechanism, that is the smart contracts is the programmable structures, or the programmable, or simply it is a programs or the codes. So where they trigger automatically when a particular constraint is met, these smart contracts can trigger automatically. So the educational system in administration purpose, any task need to be triggered automatically, then we can design a better smart contracts. So for automatically process conditions and agreement, conditional agreements, we can go with the smart contracts. And how interoperability is linked with the educational system. The property of the interoperability is linked with the educational system to provide the cross-institutional communication. Where we are lagging more, whether it is the global educational system or the national educational system, interoperability still remains as a drawback for the blockchain implementation structures. So this is how various blockchain properties are related to the education. And while coming to the architectures, so deciding, blockchains are offering three important architectures like private blockchain systems and public blockchain, as well as consensus or consortium blockchain systems. So among these, when we want to adopt a particular or we want to make our institutional as the blockchain based educational system, we need to first think of which particular architecture is suitable for our organization. So when it is the public blockchain system, it can be having the global access. So and you can see the, and it is completely Ethereum based. Okay, the best example for this blockchain system we are already seen, that is the MIT. And the private blockchain system is having some trade-off, that is to gain some of the important factors. So to improve the efficiency of the system, we need to compromise in some states. So that is the reason that, because the private blockchain systems or the architectures are suitable only for internal operations of a particular university. And while coming to the consortium, it is both combined, having the features combined both as the public and the private. Depending on the structure we want to implement, we can choose any one of these architectures. And the related statistics here we have mentioned. And the third important factor that we have found in our study is the consensus mechanisms. So, if we want to implement a particular blockchain in our educational system, the main importance or the priority will be given for this particular concept, that is consensus mechanism, because this is the place where the sustainability relates, because the proof of work consensus algorithm is very time taking, that is as I already told, it takes around 10 minutes to process a particular transaction or link a transaction to the existing network or the block. So, like that some of the consensus mechanisms and their descriptions or limitations will be given here. And most efficient, here the proof of work and proof of stake consensus based systems, whenever an attacker wants to compromise the network, he has to compromise at least 51% of the nodes in the system. But while coming to these new consensus algorithms like Istanbul BFT or the Tendermint algorithms, they are more fault tolerant than the olden systems, because up to 75% nodes get compromised, still the blockchain system exists as a safe system. And while coming to this delegated POS, it is also one of the solution for the sustainable development. And while coming to the challenges that we have identified, challenges are the limitation in the present study, the basic challenges like the scalability, interoperability and the regularity uncertain. Most of the blockchain systems are facing these as the problems, and privacy compliance concerns and high implementation cost. And most important focus is the limited blockchain expertise. Very few are interested on this. And the future research directions. So, as a research interest, okay, those who want to study on these blockchain and educational institutions related information, okay, they can focus on artificial intelligence integration into the blockchain educational based blockchain based educational systems, and cryptographic algorithms. For more security, we can adopt the self-sovereign and zero knowledge protocols can be, because the current blockchain system, this proof of verification is not zero knowledge based. So, if it is the zero knowledge based, the verifier who want to get the information, he need not prove anything. Verifier will just request for validity of the data, and the blockchain network will verify it, and the results will be back to the verifier, but it won't disclose any sort of records or the transactions that are already recorded in our database. But none of the frameworks that are existed are adopted for the zero knowledge proofs and self-sovereign identity systems. So, that can be a future scope for the researchers who can focus more on these two areas. And while coming to the interoperable educational ecosystems, most of the blockchains are failing here because they are implemented as a institutional based or university based, but the collaboration between universities and institutions are lagged. So, we can focus to generate a standardized system or the framework for the blockchain based educational systems. And sustainable consensus mechanisms, as I already mentioned in the previous, we can go for because the consensus mechanisms are the core for the blockchain. Whenever we have utilized or applied a better consensus algorithm, the system can run more efficiently. So, this is also major area where the researchers can further focus on for their research. And with this, I would like to conclude that blockchain technology offers a secure, transparent and tamper-resistant solution for managing educational and academic records. And global and Indian initiatives demonstrate its growing adoption in credential verification and learner records and academic administration. And despite its potential, it is also having some challenges, as we already seen. The scalability, interoperability and regulatory uncertainties and privacy concerns and implementation costs remain significant barriers here. So the further research can be focused on self-survey and zero knowledge proofs and AI integrated blockchain systems and interoperable educational systems. With this, I would like to conclude and thank you for hearing. Sir.
We have listed so many gaps in the previous papers.
Yes, sir.
So, what are the gaps that you would like to fulfill in your work?
In my further work, actually, I would like to go with. Sir, you asked for the future, the continuation of my work.
Continuous.
So actually, I would like to focus main on the verification part, third-party verification part, sir. Actually, my supervisor related to the cryptographic algorithms, that computer networks area. Okay. And as per his suggestion, whether I would like to go with the self-survey and identities, and I have some knowledge because my MTech work has done with the zero knowledge proofs. So I would like to adopt that particular thing in the present system. So based on my supervisor's suggestion, either I would go with these particular areas. Okay. Interoperability becomes most of the effort we have to keep for that. So we won't go with.
Okay.
Please give me one final word.
Sir.
About your this study. One final conclusion of about this study.
Sir,
so about your study, what is your final conclusion word?
My final conclusion is most of the researchers are not showing interest nowadays to work with the blockchain technology. Whenever the name blockchain technology hears, obviously they are turning back. So blockchain technology is not a technology that we need to fear. Definitely we can, but I am not sure that most of the applications can be built with the blockchain, because the blockchain is the structure itself is having very limited scope of application areas. So first of all, we would like to know which particular application area we have to pick up, whether it is suitable for the blockchain or not. Okay, that is and we have to focus on. Sir, as you already asked, and one more point I want to add, that some faculty fraud is going on throughout the colleges. Okay, in the research surveys also we have seen that if the number of faculty required for a particular organization, so those who are non-educational sector, like software professionals and all these faculty are interested to contribute their certificates without being a part of the organization. So that kind of faults can be addressed with the blockchain based education system once the private sectors can collaborate with the educational systems. That is also one important aspect I would like to focus on. But mostly it involves the government and private sectors collaboration, and so I less interested on that. So to complete on that.
So you are talking about the.
So my final word is don't fear about the blockchain technology. It welcomes you and it opens a large set of opportunities to work on. So whenever we come out of that particular fear, obviously we can go and open for more opportunities. So
you are talking about the black technology. You are talking about the black technology.
Blockchain,
blockchain technology.
Yes, sir.
So, but I've never find any related to the black technology. Blockchain technology. No single word about to the blockchain technology.
Blockchain actually.
So
I thought the reason for because of the time constraint I didn't included the funders of this blockchain technology. So the blockchain is, as I already mentioned earlier, it was introduced as an alternative money. It was earlier.
Listen.
And
Listen,
next
wait,
it
wait,
was-
wait.
Sir.
So this is your study, okay?
Sir.
It's a complete, is a generic. It's a
Sir.
complete generic,
Generic, sir.
like that. సో ఇలా చేస్తున్నారు, ఇలా లేకుండా ఇలా చేస్తే బాగుంటుంది అనడం తప్ప ఇక ఎనీమోర్ యు ఆర్ గోయింగ్ టు ద ప్రెజెంట్ హియర్.
Actually, being the study paper, I didn't focus not much details, sir.
The
So in further
blockchain technology, using the technology in education
education system.
is a something, okay? It's a okay. So apart of this, anything about the so no touching to the blockchain technology, no touching to the survey, what you are done the survey, and what the results you are done from the survey, what you are going to the conclude to the
Sir, this particular survey I have done in a broader sense, sir. So
Broader
only with
means,
the, I didn't go much details about that. So in the coming papers, I can focus on that particular areas more details.
so what is the motive of this study? What you are getting to the motive of this
Main,
final study?
as I already mentioned in the research gaps, I want to know what actually the present state of the blockchain technology relating to the educational systems in the global level as the national level. So what is the present status, okay, how the researchers are interested to whether I can go with this particular in research area in future, in further or not. To know about that, I just yes.
You are not direct to the question. So మీరు స్టడీలో so this is the carried out this study. Finally, I am getting this one that to convey to the anything.
మా అది కాదమ్మా, ఇప్పుడు యూ హ్యావ్ స్టడీడ్ నెంబర్ ఆఫ్ రీసెర్చ్ పేపర్స్ అబౌట్ బ్లాక్ చైన్ టెక్నాలజీ
Yes, sir.
and you find some research gaps. So on what basis you identified? Means did you study any algorithm in that paper and finding any drawback in that algorithm?
That analysis.
So what is the outcome of this entire survey?
To get an overview of the present status of the blockchain adoption in educational
See,
system and
you
notion
explained theoretical.
analyzed. Theoretical,
And
yes, sir.
you told that 185 publications you verified.
Not verified, sir. Actually, from that again we have filtered based
So,
on
okay, anyway, 40.
40
So,
only.
on those
analyzed.
40 related to blockchain technology, did you find any algorithm in that paper?
That what I have overviewed in my only each and every paper when we refer at least they are addressing either one of these, not this one,
See,
sir.
each and every algorithm is addressing some purpose.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so you
So
identified
these
some
are-
research
Yes,
gaps.
sir. Yes, sir. So
Okay.
based on the papers I have of the studies, I have just developed this tabular information, tabulated the
Okay.
consolidated this information.
So,
Summarize this.
Because of the large data sets. How many columns were there in the data set? Only 7 parameters. What were they? What were the parameters? What were the 7 parameters? So how does the potassium You can stop the presentation. Thank you.
And secondly, lack of real-time monitoring, that means the traditional approaches lack continuous real-time monitoring. And thirdly, large-scale sensor data which remains underutilized and low accuracy followed by high maintenance costs. These limitations motivated the development of our proposal framework. The next slide belongs to the proposal system, sir. Our proposal system which combines industrial IoT, artificial intelligence, federated learning, explainable AI, and edge optimization. The process begins with the sensor data collection. Multiple sensors continuously monitor and mission operating conditions. The collected data undergoes reprocessing to remove noise and extract meaningful features. So the base paper what I consider will consist of IoT and rule-based system, which will use the threshold image, cloud-only PDF, edge-only PDF, federated PDF, and the real-based real-time fix. But to overcome all of these things interview, we use AI. That means we use one-dimensional CNN followed by LSD. When compared to the base paper, this is the extension work we have done in our course. So this is how to explain the first diagram. This diagram outlines a design for a predictive maintenance system in an industrial setting, which leverages an edge-to-cloud architecture with decentralized machine learning. Core system workflow, the process is split between local device and a central cloud server. Amid the data collection and data pre-processing, sensors from industrial machines collect raw data, and that raw data is given to the noise removal and signal processing. Using the techniques like PCA, principal component analysis, FFT, and SDFF, we directly integrated with. In this, the complex models can run on low-power IoT hardware. They are optimized using pruning and quantizing, which means we are reducing numerical precision. Test insights, a maintenance dashboard, refining useful life prediction. The RUL will be found by using maintenance dashboards, which estimates how much longer a machine can operate before a failure. Explainable AI tools uses tools like SHAP and efficient maps to explain why the AI predicted a specific fault. Why that fault only identified by the AI? What is the reason behind that? That can be the information we get from this design. And finally, maintenance support provides fault alert and automated decision making to shift from reactive to proactive plan maintenance.
Through our eyes only. So whatever the people who are visually impaired, so we just try to go over the internet and search for existing methods. So when we searched about the existing methods, three main methods came into play. So first one was Braille. So Braille system is essentially used for those who are visually impaired. But Braille system is not available on every single printed paper. Now you always have the printed paper, but there is no Braille system on it. So it's a disadvantage. And now we have screen readers. So screen reader is nothing but if you have a digital copy, there is this is a screen reader. If I am the digital copy, I just scan over and it just recognizes it. So what about the physical copy? Then it's a minus again. So the another one is OCR. OCR means it's a software. So OCR is a software which generally picks up the characters, that is a string format or whatever. It just picks up the characters. So these systems are very much capable, but what exactly happens is they are very much costly. Costly in the sense almost like 15,000 to 80,000. So if we are talking about a normal middle class person who is visually impaired, it's almost practically impossible to buy those. So what we thought was, let's introduce something and go over the literature survey, let's find the gaps and try to bridge them. So that's where this came in play. So these are the statistics. According to the World Health Organization, WHO, worldwide 285 million people are visually impaired. And among those 285, 15 million are Indians itself. So what we try to do is we try to reduce the cost. So these are the motivations and problem statements as well. maximize 60% data from the top 6. So on the top 6, we have identified that there are literal gaps. So what are the gaps? If there was only audio output or it was only a haptic output. So it was a lot of onlys but not an integration of all of those. So we can say that this is the first one of a kind of a model where all of the integration is happened. With that integration, what we did is we tried to build it offline. So if a person is generally going around, offline it would be available. So these are that, and as we all said, you can say the limitations, audio only, haptic feedback, those are listed out there. So the clear gap is no low-cost embedded system, combine all of these three. So that is what we are trying to build. But I would like to make one thing clear, although this is the first concept or first kind of its own, there's a lot of limitations. I wouldn't say limitations, but I would analyze it as failure analysis. There's a lot of scope for that, we'll look into that. So coming to the proposed system and modality. So while we gave our presentations in our classrooms, most of them pointed out about the modality issue. So coming here, we are trying to help out the real citizens who are facing real problems. So that is a novelty of its own kind. And the second thing is, as we said, it's one of a kind model. So that's been a novelty. And proposing system, so first we are trying to build it offline. And second, TTS. TTS means text-to-speech conversion. This would be done on the software. We're having the software plus hardware copy, which is an embedded model. We'll be discussing it, I'll be showing it to you also. So we maximize this whole concept, like we had like 15,000 to 80,000 for a commercial model. We tried bringing it down to 8,000, which is like 5 to 10x decrease in price of the original. So it means it's very cheap in that manner. So that's the system architecture. the rest of you won't know, so I'll be telling you. So we have a hardware setup, and in that hardware setup, I'll just go back. So for those of you who don't know, I mean, everyone cannot be adjusted here, right? So please focus on this. So that's where our hardware setup is. So coming to the hardware setup, the black one that you're seeing to the right side is the camera. And the one above, that is behind it, is a push button. The middle one with a green base, like a PCB design, is the Raspberry Pi. And the one to the front is relay. So you can see the last one, that's the vibration motor, a small inlet structure. So what happens is essentially, if you generally go over, we have a software model for this. So what happens first, you have to give the power supply. So as we cannot give a separate power supply, as it would be another limitation, what we are doing is we are trying it to connect to the laptop. So laptop is like 5 volts, right? So from that 5 volts, what happens is we will be taking that half from the 1.5 volts, which would be 1.5 amperes to 2 amperes. That would be around 700 or somewhere around. So you might say it's like high power consumption. Yes, we'll work on that. That's also a limitation. So coming to the concept, when you push the button, the Raspberry Pi gets on, and then you push the button, then image will be captured, and that image will be sent into the software. And that software, generally I guess you all know image processing. For those who don't, generally images are two kinds. RGB, that is 3 or more colors, and then you have black and white. So what we would be doing is, we would be converting that RGB into the black and white pixels. So that would be happening in that OS, and later on the capture is successful, you will update for the feedbacks. So that's where the hardware is for all of you. Any doubts on the hardware, sir? So I already explained the hardware part. So coming to the pipeline summary, I'll just summarize for you. So button press, you know we have been using the Raspberry Pi. So that's like we have GPIO pins. So when we're talking about GPIO pins, it's like an IC, and that IC has 40 pins. And of that 40 pins, we will be using 17 input-output pins. In that 17 input-output pins, we will be connecting the GPIO 17, that is the push button to that GPIO 17. And then the camera captures, image processing happens, then OCR engine gets activated, and conversion and dual output. So that's where our project is. So as you can know, this is what we have achieved. So this was something I was telling you. So we look into that after. So this is what that look into after is. First thing, limitations. If lighting is not enough, if the lighting is unstable, then definitely the output will fail. So there is this formula. Generally we have NPL, that is Natural Processing Language, and in that we have a formula for calculating. So that formula is CAR is equals to 1 minus S plus D plus I by N into 100. So S means it's like replacing, and D means deletion. So that's where it is. So we use a formula, and for suppose we have essentially, this is a teddy bear box we have taken. So from this box, if you consider, this is like a 7-word, right? So from this 7-word, one of the letter might be different. Like this R would be replaced with a C. Or the other time, what would happen, this T might have completely deleted. So basing upon this, if you count this deletion as 1, R replacing as 1, so if you take all those values, and after computing all those values, if you put in the formula, that is NPL formula, which is 1 minus S plus D plus I by N into 100, what happens is you get the exact figure. Generally, if you use a high computing camera, resolution camera, which is 100%, we computed with this in real life, and we found that the accuracy dropped to 66% to 72%. So these are like the real-time guidelines. It all depends on the cost, yes, but it also depends on the usage of how you use it. And second thing is audio-text mismatch. So what happens is, we told you, there is a software which is inbuilt and it is Python. So in general, we are using a whole one single line threaded Python pipeline. So a single Python code cannot compute all the hardware setup. So in that case, what is exactly happening is we run the previous samples, right? So these previous samples get caged over one another. So when we call for one single thread, other similar things happen. So that way, when we are using one thing, there will be access to another thing. Haptic pattern unreliability. We told you, if it's like a one buzzer, it is capturing, it is completed. So that was about the haptic pattern unreliability. So what happens is, another thing is pulse width modulation. I guess you all have known what is the pulse width modulation. Because of using PyTTS and using a single Python module, the pulse width modulation is increasing, and because of that, the haptic pattern will not be reliable. And another thing for you, the Raspberry Pi we are using, or the Raspberry OS we will be using, all of these are Linux environments, and Linux is not used in real time. So as Linux is not used in real time, we have to opt for some other OS. When the difference in these OS occurs, what happens is haptic pattern unreliability happens. So first thing, you have lighting issue, and second thing, you have mismatch issues because Python is a single threaded line and multiple caching happens. If we call for one Python thread, the other Python thread executes. So we need a more compatible language like C++. With the help of internet, we came to find some of these, and experimentally we have to do some of them. So haptic pattern unreliability, we always told you, we cannot use Linux for RTOS purposes. Latency. So I guess you might have already noticed, some scans might take 1 to 10 seconds, and some might take 1 minute. So this is also due to the hardware issues. So these are the current values we achieve. If it is a normal red part that's missing, that's 99% or 95%. So in ideal cases, those are the clear accuracy values we have, and these are what we have achieved. So what if we want to improve them furtherly? If we want to improve, we have to change the Python language to C++, and we can use, and there is another concept. There is DL, right? DL and machine learning. As we all are talking about AI, if it uses AI, we can generally get the Google translation option. That is, you can get any language and get it translated. That requires online model. If you are okay with the online and cloud-based thing, then you can definitely incorporate this. And for the DL, we have ICDAR 2015 data set, right? So these two, the last two, which is promising 10 to 15% and 12 to 18% are generally the ones we are using for the DL data sets. So if we use them, then the input accuracy will be more. So this is the validation data sets, and these are the estimated lines we have been expecting. And this is the future scope as well. So if we use easy OCR or padded OCR, easy OCR and padded OCR are exceptionally used for DL purposes, and they are also heavy. So what happens is, with the data sets, the loading time will be high. It's not that you can write epochs every single time. There might be hundreds of epochs, or there might be many times. So the loading process would be high time. So if you want to prototype it, you have to think about it. We generally told, when we described about the title, it had a word variable in it. So you might ask, where is a variable? That's like a big size. So what happens is, this big size can be miniaturized. When we have finalized what we want, then this possible miniaturization would be happening. So without the Raspberry Pi 3, we can replace it with Pi 0W, and there is a battery called lithium powered battery. So lithium powered battery generally takes less power. So we can use that as well. So by using these, we can either make a watch, like a wristwatch, or we can have glasses. I guess you all know Meta glasses. It's not that great as Meta glasses, but we can generally use Meta glasses as well for that. Or if you want, you can make SiC chip. The semiconductor industry is booming in India, so if you want to furtherize it, we can get into projects or even do independent projects as well. So we as a team might collaborate and do it better. So it has a lot of scope. So that is what we have for conclusion. In conclusion, if we are talking about the conference itself, which is widely focused on AI and real world use, our project definitely fits into it. I mean, I can say that because it's real world then we are helping society by doing this. It's almost 5 to 10 times cheaper than the conventional model available. So we got here with the presentation, and I would like to thank the kids management and the serving aunties and every single person who had listened to us and served us. So a heartfelt thanks to all of you. Any questions?
What is the limitation and scale?
Limitation?
What is the limitation and scale?
Correct.
Suppose it is a making this there as a reverse or something. We understand as a product. What is the limitation and the scale to find?
If you ask me, I would say navigating the haptic feedbacks. We said 1 pulse, 2 pulses and 3 pulses. Some might not know where to put that 1 pulse and 2 pulses. They might be
I'm
confused.
talking about the, you are saying about the accuracy. So, based on accuracy, what is the limitation and what is the scale?
Scaling is
Scale, what is the scale?
that would be around 60, 50, 6 to 60%. That's why we are thinking of improvising it. Thank you, sir. Thank you, ma'am. Our project mainly focused on real-time monitoring and remote patient monitoring. Coming to the abstract, this project continuously monitors vital signs of your patients using wearable sensors. The sensors data is collected by Arduino and displays on LCD screen. If any abnormal values were detected using the threshold values, the system generates buzzer warnings and need alerts. The data is transmitted through ESP32 to the ThingsSpeak cloud, stores in SQL, and use it to train the machine learning model for health prediction. Coming to the introduction, in traditional systems, patients need regular hospital visits and manual observations. These may difficult for the elderly and critical people. To overcome these problems, our project uses wearable IoT devices for continuous monitoring and machine learning critical patients. And coming to the literature study, we studied various approaches, and in that, based on IoT, wearable sensors, machine learning, and cloud monitoring. They still have limitations such as lack of fault detection, less real-time alerts, and limited sensor integration. I'll come to the proposed system. To overcome the limitations of the existing systems, we developed an intelligent wearable health monitoring system. This system continuously monitors vital signs of a patient such as heart rate, temperature, ECG, and fault detection. It uses multiple sensors and the data is collected in real time. And the data is stored in the SQL for the remote patient monitoring. In these, we additionally use machine learning to analyze the stored data and predict health conditions. And this is a system architecture where the whole project is included in it. And we have a these are the sensors, which is heart rate sensor, temperature, ECG, and fault detection sensor. And in these, the sensors data is collected by Arduino and sent to the LCD. This is a temperature sensor, heart rate sensor, and this is a fault detection sensor, and this is a ECG. All the sensors data is collected by Arduino and displayed on the LCD screen. It is done in the string formation. By collecting the sensors data, that may get clumps, and the Arduino makes it difficult for understanding that it is a temperature or whatever. That's why we use it as string formation, like in A to B there is a temperature value, and B to C a heart rate value, and C to D ECG value, so that there is no clumsy of the values. And the data is transmitted from Arduino to the ESP32, which is used for the Wi-Fi connection, and this ESP32 is connected to the ThinkSpeak cloud, and from the cloud the mailer is coming. coming to working principle, as before we explained you here, we are using variable sensors, heart rate, temperature, ECG and fall detection, and Arduino processes the data and analyzes and checks the threshold values, and all the collected data will be sent to the cloud through a ESP32 to Arduino, and it will be displayed on the LCD. If there is any abnormality condition, it will be sent an email alerts. Through an alerts, the doctors can know the situation of the patients. And here the hardware requirements and software requirements we are using in the project. And the advantages are it provides continuous real-time monitoring, and we can get an instant alerts by LCD display or mail alerts and those. And by using a machine learning, we can predict we can have an early prediction, and it is a cost-effective and easy to use. Applications. And it is useful in hospitality and it supports monitoring of health of patients with chronic diseases. We are not having the ECG value, threshold value, and it is displaying in numerical.
Is there any advanced changes to the device? Maybe any change in atmosphere that will affect your device?
Yes.
Two batches, please.
Actually, when I'm sitting here, we see your project. The project as a research article, the presentation, the slides and PPTs, why not research as an article? The way of articles, you added the more for the technology and more for what is the architecture of the architecture. So you see this prototype is a different, is okay. Whereas these are all sensors is available in the market, everything is available in the market, just put a one-to-one, and that is not to the end level. You know that what is what. From as engineering students who are exploring for that. So you know what to do. This is my advice for you. It's not related to this one, not this presentation. So anyone, I invite you to come to here and you present. Super. Okay, thank you. So I understand, but understand my advice is why, suppose you are here to present art, like a presentation of the research article and something. So why not you modify the complete what is as the original?
Yes, we want to do this.
This is no problem. So the next one.
For the next time, yes.
You do that way.
I would say this is like the first model, so we didn't have any scope or backward change.
You know, for the next you will.
Thank you so much.
Hi everyone, good afternoon. Myself, I am Jesse Babu, and right now I am pursuing my MTech in the stream of CSAML in our college, KKR KSR Institute of Science and Technology. At the same time, parallelly I am working as embedded IoT developer and trainer at SAP Informatics, Hyderabad. And right now I am here to explain about my research work. Before going to explain about my research work, I would like to thank you for giving this precious opportunity. At the same time, I am here to explain about my research work entitled with Unleashing the Power of AI and IoT in Intelligent Classroom Ecosystem. In this research work, I implemented one prototype completely based on hardware and software. Nothing but, like before going to explain about my prototype, I implemented one prototype completely based on embedded systems, IoT, at the same time machine learning integration. First of all, before going to explain about my prototype, I would like to explain what is embedded systems, what is IoT, and what is how I integrated ML algorithms in this prototype. First thing, embedded systems means nothing but combination of hardware and software. Here, I implemented one prototype, nothing but I integrated n number of hardware modules. Nothing but Raspberry Pi, several number of input sensors, at the same time few output modules and all the hardware components, and all these hardware components will work with the help of only software code. Nothing but Python programming language. At the same time, IoT means nothing but Internet of Things. Things means nothing but physical objects. In IoT, I need to utilize these physical objects with the help of internet connectivity without human interaction or to reduce human interaction. So in my prototype, without human interaction, few things will happen. At the same time, I integrated few deep learning based algorithms, completely based on CNN based algorithms, hard cascade and LBPH, nothing but linear bipolar histogram. In this prototype, I implemented one prototype for the sake of to implement majorly two things. First thing, I need to take a smart attendance without human interaction. And second thing, based upon count of the students, automatically lights and fans will be on and off. So here I implemented these two things in my prototype. Coming to introduction, like most of the educational institutions right now, taking attendance in a manual mode. Nothing but it will take a lot of time to take the attendance, and also it will take a few mistakes also. So that I am taking attendance with the help of USB camera module and Raspberry Pi microprocessor, it will take attendance automatically. And also based upon count of the students with the help of sensor data, automatically fans and lights will be on and off. Coming to literature survey, most of the others implemented like this prototype based upon smart intelligent classroom, but most of the others implemented like these prototypes completely based on microcontroller based prototypes. Nothing but with the help of Arduino Uno, Arduino Nano, ESP32, ESP8266 and Raspberry Pi Pico microcontrollers. But here I am integrating Raspberry Pi microprocessor. With the help of microcontroller we can implement only one working functionality in the prototype. But here I am integrating one Raspberry Pi microprocessor. With the help of this specific Raspberry Pi microprocessor we can integrate whatever the ML integration in our prototype. At the same time it will perform several specific tasks at a time. The next, coming to existing systems, up to now most of the educational institutions taking attendance with the help of manual mode first thing, and second thing with the help of RFID, nothing but radio frequency identification devices. Nothing but in our ID card we are having QR codes. With the help of that QR code we are scanning it and it will take attendance completely with the help of IoT devices. At the same time in third way we are taking attendance with the help of fingerprint modules. It is also one type of input module. With the help of that specific input module we are taking attendance in a manual mode. At the same time, in these like three modes, with the help of RFIDs, with the help of fingerprint modules and with the help of manual modes, we are taking attendance. But here I am integrating, like I am using one USB camera module. With the help of this camera module, it will take attendance completely manual mode. At the same time, I am integrating hard cascade and LBPH in this prototype, like ML algorithms with the help of facial recognition. Then next, it is completely a block diagram. First one, nothing but regulated power supply need, nothing but in the stream of embedded systems and IoT, must and should we need to retrieve power supply for our prototype. Without power supply, our prototype doesn't work. So for the sake of power supply, I am integrating regulated power supply in it. For my prototype needs 5 volts of DC. Generally, our plug board consists of 230 volts of AC. With the help of few components, nothing but step down transformer, capacitor, rectifier and resistor, we can convert entire 230 volts of AC to 5 or 12 volts of DC, which is sufficient to my prototype. Like I am implementing a prototype, for this prototype, it is sufficient for my prototype. If I am willing to implement a real-time product, I can implement this real-time product with the help of lithium-ion batteries, nothing but chargeable and dischargeable batteries. At the same time, with the help of solar panels also, I can implement these real-time products. At the same time, coming to left modules, all are input modules. Here I am integrating two sensors, nothing but IR sensors. First of all, sensor means an electronic device which sends the physical world environment. In this prototype, I am integrating two sensors, nothing but infrared sensors. These infrared sensors will detect the objects. At the same time, it will count the students of the classroom. At the same time, with the help of which we are giving power supply, and I am integrating one camera module, nothing but USB camera module. Generally, Raspberry Pi microprocessor consists of Pi camera, but it is not sufficient to recognize the face of the human beings. So that I am integrating one USB camera module in my prototype. At the same time, third one, Raspberry Pi microprocessor, it acts as a brain of my prototype. With the help of these Raspberry Pi microprocessor only, it will take decisions. At the same time, I am writing Python code for this prototype to execute all the prototype needs. At the same time, coming to output modules, I am integrating one LCD. Generally, LCDs in prototypes, we are using two types of LCDs, nothing but liquid crystal display. First one is parallel and second one is I2C. Here I am integrating one I2C LCD. So with the help of these I2C LCD consists of 4 pins generally, like ground, VCC, SDA and SCL. Based upon software code, I am connecting SDL, SCL. With the help of ground and VCC, we are giving power supply to the LCD. Then next, I am integrating 2 LED lights and 2 fans. With the help of LED lights and fans, automatically turning on and off, electricity will be occurs in my prototype. For example, I would like to explain all these with the help of in our human body. For example, in our human body, we are having a number of sense organs. With the help of sense organs only, we are getting physical world environment data. Like with the help of eyes, we are seeing physical world environment. At the same time, all these sense organ sensed data will be passed to the brain. At the same time, our brain, based upon environment conditions, based upon past data, will perform some sort of actions with the help of our sense organs. So here, in our human body, there are different types of sense organs. In my prototype, there are different types of sensors. Whereas these sensors will sense the physical world environment data. All this data is passed to one microprocessor, nothing but Raspberry Pi microprocessor. It will act as a brain of my prototype and will take decisions based upon software code and based upon software intelligence. At the same time, with the help of all these sensor data and microprocessor decisions, it will give some sort of output values. At the same time, all these data will be stored in the IoT, nothing but Internet of Things. And like I am using Project Factory, it is one completely paid version of software. With the help of this software, I implemented one APK. With the help of this APK, it will store all the data of the attendance of the students which are present in the classroom. Then next, coming to circuit diagram, this is the entire circuit diagram. Generally, every sensor and every output module consists of a common 2 pins, nothing but ground and VCC. I need to connect these ground pins to the Raspberry Pi ground pin, and second one VCC pin to Raspberry Pi 5 volts pin, and remaining SDA, SCL D out, V out. Based upon software code, we are connecting entire remaining pins to Raspberry Pi microprocessor. And coming to the architecture, first we are giving regulated power supply unit. With the help of regulated power supply unit, you are retrieving power supply, and here I am integrating 2 ML algorithms, nothing but first one is hair cascade and second one is LBPH. With the help of hair cascade, whether the human face is recognized or not, we are detecting it. Like with the help of hair cascade, with the help of rectangular formation, circle formation, it will detect the human object detection. With the help of these human object detection, and second thing, with the help of LBPH, nothing but linear bipolar patterns histogram, it will I will try to compare these LBPH with the help of KNN classifier. Like in ML, there is an algorithm called KNN. With the help of KNN, it will classify whether it is a dog or cat. Like this, here also, either it is a Jesse or it is a some other person, it will detect with the help of LBPH and will give the attendance with the to that specific person. And these are all the software requirements, nothing but if I am willing to implement these prototype with the help of microcontrollers, like either it is Arduino Uno, ESP32, ESP8266, Raspberry Pi Pico, I need to write my code in terms of embedded C, but here I am not using, I am not implementing my project with the help of microcontrollers. I am implementing my project with the help of Raspberry Pi, nothing but microprocessor. So I need to write my code in terms of Python programming language, and I need to write this Python programming language in Tony IDE. And coming to hardware requirements, here I am using Raspberry Pi 4. It will cost around nearly 5,400 to 5,700. And coming to Raspberry Pi, it consists of 40 GPIO pins, nothing but general purpose input output pins. With the help of these specific 40 GPIO pins, I am connecting both input modules and output modules to the Raspberry Pi microprocessor. And also there is advantage to integrate one Pi camera in this Raspberry Pi microprocessor, but it is not sufficient for my project. So I am using one USB camera module for this prototype. Like it will perform several tasks at a time. Then next, coming to input modules, I am using one IR sensor, nothing but infrared sensor. It will detect it will analyze the count of the students. Generally, these IR sensor consist of 3 pins, nothing but first one ground, second one VCC, third one D out. Based upon ground, VCC and data, we are giving input and output of the modules. And coming to overall hardware implementation of a project, this is my overall hardware implementation of a project. And coming to my results, this LCD, first 2 seconds it will display my title of my prototype. The next it will display count of the students, and based upon count of the students, if the count of the students is 0, automatically lights and fans will be in the off state. If the count of the students is 1, less than or equal to 5, one fan, one light should be in the on state. And if the count of the students is 5 less than or equal to 10, 2 fans and 2 lights will be in the on-state. Based upon count of the students, we are reducing electricity. At the same time, with the help of USB camera module, we are taking attendance in a completely automatical mode. In IoT, I would like to clarify one thing. Completely nothing but we are converting all the manual tasks to automatic mode. Here I am converting all the manual tasks into automatic mode. And these are all the output values, and it will display in our local server. At the same time, with the help of IoT and APK, it will store the output to my APK also. Thank you for giving this opportunity. That's all from my end, sir.
The parameters in the proposed methods and what is the enhancement or the improvement in your method. Okay, that should be the approach in the research paper.
Okay.
So for a BTech project, this is good, but whenever you are presenting a research paper, like in a conference, so the thing should be framed in such a way that, see, I am having some work, it is called as a literature survey. So whatever the parameters I modified, so this is my final conclusion. And for modification of these things, this is what the work I did. So like that you should continue. So very good presentation, Sahit. See, I am telling you the suggestions in terms of international conference. Don't worry, it will be helpful for you. Okay.
Okay.
Good presentation. Very nice. Okay, you can leave, Sahit.
Thank you, sir.
Okay. Rajini Inturi.
Yes, sir.
Yes, ma'am. You can start the presentation. I think you were on the yesterday's panel, I think.
Yes, sir.
What is your paper ID, ma'am?
60, sir.
Okay, fine. You can start the presentation. You can share your screen, ma'am. So please switch on the camera also once.
Okay, sir.
Fine. So you can start sharing.
Okay, sir. Sir, 2 minutes, please.
Yes, ma'am.
2 minutes, sir.
Okay, fine. Rajini ma'am, if you are facing any issues, you can share the PPT to us. Join Rajini.
Sir, can I share to WhatsApp the PPT?
Yes, you can share, ma'am. Sandeep sir. ఒక్కసారి ఇప్పుడు మేడం గారు నీకు వాట్సాప్లో షేర్ చేస్తారు పీపీటీ. మేడం షేర్ టు దట్ నెంబర్ మ్యామ్.
Okay, sir.
One sir called you, no ma'am, Sandeep.
Okay, sir.
For the Sandeep sir's number, you please share. PPT sharing in the issue. నాకు పంపించేసి. PPT అనొచ్చు కదా. ఏ నెంబర్ 9160 ఇది Yes, 1 minute, ma'am. We will share the screen.
Okay.
Is it visible, ma'am? Rajini, ma'am?
Yes, sir. Good afternoon, sir. Very good afternoon, sir. Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir.
Fine.
This is the project. Okay, sir. This is the project title, sir. Deep learning based real-time detection of marine debris in underwater environments, sir. My project title is Dr. Sheikh Akbar, sir. Now move on to the second slide. Abstract. Nowadays, pollutions are increased in rivers also, sir. Marine ecosystem is very harmful, sir, by the human activities, through the human activities. Detecting waste underwater is difficult because of low visibility and other conditions. To address this challenge, deep learning techniques are used for accurate underwater object detection. In this, we are using YOLO V8 algorithm. By YOLO V8 algorithm is applied to detect underwater waste using dataset. I am taking the dataset of 5096 images. In these bottles, gloves, plastic bags are also there. This is the outline of the program, sir. Introduction, problem statement, motivation. Now move on to the introduction. In introduction, marine plastic or non-biodegradable waste is top global threat to biodiversity. Manual underwater detection was very hard because of low light distortion and poor visibility and mixed debris types. We are using deep learning object detection. YOLO family gives real-time and high accuracy results on visual data. YOLO delivers the best trade-off between precision and speed to date. YOLO V8 web-based tool for automatic underwater crash detection plus classifications. This is the problem statement. Plastic and non-biodegradable waste is increasingly marine ecosystem.
So good afternoon everyone. Welcome to the second day of the international conference. Today the session is going to start. I request Varalakshmi, please come on to the stage to give your presentation. Please introduce yourself.
Thank you. Good afternoon, ma'am. Good afternoon, one and all. Light off. Good afternoon, ma'am. Good afternoon, sirs. Good afternoon to one and all. I am Varalakshmi. Now I am completed my MTech in KKR and KSR Institute of Technology and Sciences, and now I would like to explain my project. There is a title name is the Analysis of Garment Stitching Process, a Machine Learning Approach. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Sir? Sorry. Research. Okay. Sorry. Yes, ma'am. 002, ma'am. 2. These are contents for my project. There is the abstract. The garment analysis, there is a different garment analysis. There is the lot of the industrials are there. So there is a different fabric types are contents are there. So there is a many problems are the manual classifications due to the inconsistent result and lack of the scalability and incapacity to detect the find the granite stitching patterns. So there is a garment setters. There is a lot of the garments. There is a we have to it cannot be easy to identify the garments. So I proposed my topic is the there is we have to use the important abstract. Yes, ma'am. In different garment sectors, there is a different fabric types we have to use. That fabric types, there is a we have it is not identify the different fabric type. So there is my proposed method easy to identify the my garment. There is a stitch two types of the garment sectors are there. There is a garment category and the stitching category to identify the in this my project. So there is a robust image based garment analysis is a more important are there. There is a due to the lack of spontaneous learning, prone performance and complex visualization and situation and ineffectiveness for the real time operations are there. The methods are not recommended for this method. So we have to combine to the there is a proposed system. There is a deep learning with the traditional GUI. This is the graphical user interface designed to the provide a scalable solutions are there. So there is a both garment, there is a detected the garment category and the stitching subclasses are there. There is using the Tkinter GUI. They built on the yes ma'am. Yes, ma'am. There is the garment category. There three types are the garment categories are there now. There is the Oxford, chiffon, polyester.
Oh, that is the material you are trying to give in the garment
category. Yes, ma'am.
And stitching subclass?
Stitching is the broken, pinched, normal.
Huh?
Broken stitch, pinched.
Broken stitch?
Stitching.
Oh, that
Stitching
means you are
types,
trying to find out the defects in the stitching.
Yes, ma'am. A combination of the ML, there is a like we have to use it, the two models are there. There is a DNN, deep neural network, and perceptron dual level classifications with the efficient net B0 for the future extraction are there used in the proposed methodology. So next we go to the this is the architecture. Problem identification. There is a different, there is increasing the speed and improve the accuracy and reducing the dependency on the large scale data set. There is a textile industry can enhance the productivity and minimize the operational errors. Research. Yes, ma'am. This is the problem identification, ma'am. Proposal method. In garment based, there is a fabric type and stitching patterns. There is a two types of the identify the problem. So there is a textile industry for the quality control and sorting is the automated production. There is efficient net B0 is act as a future extraction. There is the high performing and the deep neural networks and pre-trained on the ImageNet data set. This is for the architecture for the proposed system. There is we have to input image presented in the flattened features. The flattened features, it is the 2D vector. It can be converted into the 1D direction. So there is a we have to useful for the efficient. Yes, ma'am. Image enhance, ma'am. Pictures, ma'am. Images. The efficient net, it is a feature. Flattened. The yes, ma'am. The images there is a different directions are there, ma'am. So there is a 1D direction is converted into the we have to use the flattened features, ma'am. For the efficient net B0 is the feature extracted the image. So we can go to the denser layer. There is a 128 by 128. There is a pixel size. There is we have to go to the drop out the there is a before steps there is a overcome reduce the outfitting. So there is using the dropout. There is a 20%. There is a two different percentage are there. 80% is a trained model and 20% is a testing model. So there is we have to go to the drop the 20% and the remaining 80% we have to go to the denser layer. There is a 64 units are there. There is different into the two types are there. There is a Y1 and Y2 outputs are there. The Y1 indicated the garment categories and Y2 indicated the stitching subclasses. These are the advantages are there. There is advantage is the image, the 2D image, it can be converted into the 1D direction. It is the main advantages for this proposed method, and it can be reduce the cost, quality and control and increasing the productivity in textile operations are there. These are the advantages for the proposed system. This is the multi-output classification algorithm are there. There is an input image, the efficient net, it is act as a to generate the future. The resulting is the Y1 and Y2. The Y1 is indicated the garment categories and Y2 indicated the stitching patterns are there. Is the the both performance the parallel in a training set. There is after training the classification simultaneously Y1 and Y2 predictions are there. These are the output. This is the first home page for the analysis. And next we have to upload the data sets. There is the Oxford chiffon poly, there is the uploaded in data set, and these subclasses are there. There is a pinched, broken, normal. We have to identify in the upload the data set. The total completed the feature extraction. This is the data splitting. There is the 80% is a training model and 20% is a testing model in the data splitting. This is the output are there. The overall the confusion matrix, the output, there is indicated the Y1 and category garment category. Y1 is indicated and Y2 is the stitching subclasses of the garments are there. Go to the results. There is the proposed method. There is the accuracy, prediction, recall, F1 score. We have calculated the outputs in this Y2 category. Finally, we concluded there is a improve the accuracy and reducing the training time and feature extraction. We have to conclude at that. The future scope. There is a domain adaptation. There is future extraction, the LSTM and GUI. In future extraction, we have to use it in this proposed method. So fine-tuned advanced models. There is a different types of the transfer based architectures we have to use it in the fine-tuned advanced models. And synthetic data generation, there is a generic advanced networks are there. We have to use it in transfer. Any queries? Thank you.
Here, please explain clearly, okay? I am not able to follow your architecture first, okay? So what is an input, okay? When I am giving any garment, what you are saying that, as an input, it can be using any of the fabric, okay? And you say that you have category as fabric and subclass as type. That
Stitching type.
Stitching.
Yes.
That means you can have a dress or a frock. That is the subclass. Is it right? What I can understood. Antena?
Yes, ma'am.
Is it correct or not? First, let me know. Because by that thing itself, I can move forward. It's not clear for me. What is your category? Category is a fabric.
Yes, ma'am.
And your stitching subclass is nothing but your type of garment. That is a dress or a frock or some other thing. Is it right or not? First let
Yes,
me,
ma'am.
that thing is clear. Okay. So that one particular garment you are trying to give as a input. Is it right? Okay. After that you have given that you are having flattened feature. What is that? What does this particular, is this a process? Okay. So input, what input you are giving, it's not clear. So is this a process? And in this flattened feature, what process is taken place?
Ma'am, first of all, give the input cloth fabric images, ma'am.
That is the
data set is.
I am trying to give one particular garment.
Yes.
Garment has a type, garment has a fabric. Is it right? You say that fabric means category, type means subclass. It is clear. Okay, let me, okay. That is given as an input, right? Okay. Then what is this flattened features doing here?
There is image that not a perfect, ma'am. That is a
it is a process. Is it
yes,
right?
Yes, ma'am.
What process it is taken place there? Meer output ikkada vastandi. Akkade em avutandi.
అక్కడ నార్మల్గా ఇమేజెస్ ఇచ్చినప్పుడు దాన్ని కన్వర్ట్ చేసుకుంటుంది మ్యామ్. అంటే
okay, leave it. Input is a garment. Here flattened feature is some process. What is the output to that particular block? నేను అడిగిన క్వశ్చన్ అర్థమైందా? చెప్పు.
అంటే ఎస్ సార్, డెన్స్ లేయర్ ఇన్పుట్ ఆ ఇమేజ్ ఇచ్చిందే మేడం తీసుకునేది.
అంటే మరి నువ్వు ఇక్కడ మధ్యలో ఏం చేసావు ఫ్లాటెండ్ ఫీచర్లో?
ఫ్లాటెండ్ ఫీచర్స్లో అది 1D ఫైనల్గా అవుట్పుట్ 1Dలోకి కన్వర్ట్ చేస్తున్నాం మేడం. మనం ఇచ్చే ఇమేజ్ ఏమో నాన్ లీనియర్, అదే 2D లాగా ఉండిద్ది, 2D డైరెక్షన్లో ఉండిద్ది మ్యామ్.
ఇమేజ్ 2 డైమెన్షన్, ఇమేజ్ అందరికీ తెలుసు, ఇట్ ఈస్ ఎ 2 డైమెన్షనల్ ఫంక్షన్. ఓకే, సో వీఆర్ ట్రయింగ్ టు టేక్ ఎన్ ఇమేజ్, ఇట్ ఈస్ ఎ 2 డైమెన్షనల్ ఫంక్షన్. ఓకే, సో వాట్ ఈస్ ద ప్రాసెస్? ఓకే, you are converting a 2-dimensional function into 1-dimensional. So what process you are doing? నేను అర్థమైంది కదమ్మా. వాట్ ఈస్ ద ప్రాసెస్? యు ఆర్ కన్వర్టింగ్, మీరు ఏమంటున్నారు 1D కింద కన్వర్ట్ అవుతుంది. వాట్ ఈస్ ద ప్రాసెస్ యు ఆర్ టు కన్వర్ట్ అ 2D ఫంక్షన్ టు 1D ఫంక్షన్, ఆర్ హౌ 2D ఈస్ కన్వర్టెడ్ టు 1D? నాకు లేకపోతే అర్థం కాదు, అది మీరు చెప్పింది నాకు అసలు క్లారిటీ లేదు. You have done your project, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
Then first let me know the functionality. All these are functionalities. What is the functionality of flattened features? Okay. What is the functionality of dense layer? These are process.
Yes.
Each process has a function. Is it right? These are the functionalities. Let me know what are the functionalities. నేను చెప్పే భాష నేను రెండుగా మార్చాను, మీకు అర్థమవుతుందో లేదు?
No, sir. No, that
What is the meaning of the drop of 20%?
Sir?
Architecture diagram. Drop of 20%. What is the meaning for the drop of 20%? Your meaning. This dropout is indirectly related to the results of the activities. How you related to this dropout of 20%? How you get a better accuracy with this dropout of, is it 20% is it good, or you go for the some more 30% or 40% or less of that 20%? What is the value of the alpha in dropout?
ఇప్పుడు ఇన్పుట్ రాసాము, డెన్స్ లేయర్ 128 యూనిట్స్ అన్న తర్వాత డెన్స్ లేయర్ 64 యూనిట్స్. వాట్ ఈస్ ద డిఫరెన్స్? బోత్ ఆర్ ద టూ ప్రాసెస్. ఆర్ యూ గోయింగ్ ఫర్ ఎనీ డైమెన్షనల్ రిడక్షన్, దట్ ఈస్ యువర్ సెలెక్షన్ ఆఫ్ సమ్ ఫీచర్ సబ్సెట్స్ జరుగుతున్నాయి అక్కడ? ఏం చేస్తున్నారు? దాన్ని రెడ్యూస్ చేశారా 64 కింద? దాన్ని 64 కింద రెడ్యూస్ చేశారా? So you are going for dimensionality reduction? Dimensionality reduction. Are you going for dimensionality reduction? But these are 128 becomes features there. So here 64 becomes features. That means you have reduced the features. Right? So what process you are doing?
80% trying, sir.
You are confused. You are completely confused. One అయిపోయిందా? అయిపోయిందా?
ప్రాజెక్ట్ జాగ్రత్తగా ఒకసారి చదువు.
ఇంకెవరైనా ఉన్నారా?
ఓకేనా మేడంకి?
చేస్తారా? లేదు మరి వస్తున్నారా?
ఇంకొకళ్ళు ఉన్నారన్నారు కదా.
మైక్ ఆపండి. ఎవరో ఉన్నారని చెప్పారట, వాళ్ళు ఫోన్ చేస్తుంటే రెస్పాండ్ అవ్వట్లేదట. చేస్తారు.
Good evening, everyone. Respected dignitaries, distinguished guests, eminent researchers, faculty members, and dear participants. It gives me immense pleasure to welcome you all to the valedictory ceremony of the Global International Conference on Global Challenges and AI-Driven Solutions for Sustainable Development 2026. Proudly hosted by KKR and KSR Institute of Technology and Sciences, co-hosted by Shinawatra University, Thailand, and organized in association with the Tamil Nadu Professors Association, India. Over the course of this conference, we have witnessed inspiring keynote addresses, insightful technical sessions, innovative research presentations, and meaningful academic interactions. The discussions have highlighted how artificial intelligence can be harnessed to address global challenges and contribute to a more sustainable, equitable, and resilient future. As we conclude this remarkable international gathering, we celebrate not only the exchange of knowledge, but also the spirit of collaboration that transcends disciplines, institutions, and national boundaries. To grace this valedictory ceremony, I now have the honor of inviting our esteemed dignitaries onto the dais. I request Dr. K. Haribabu Garu, Director, Sir, to graciously take his place on the dais. Thank you, sir. May I invite Dr. P. Babu Garu, Principal Sir, to kindly join the dignitaries on the dais. Thank you, sir. I now request Dr. Chitneni Aruna ma'am, convener of GCAISD 2026, to join us on the dais. Thank you, ma'am. It is my privilege to invite Dr. P. Sai Kiran Garu, Professor, Department of Computer Science and Engineering, PVP Siddhartha Institute of Technology and Session Chair, to kindly come on to the dais. Thank you, sir. May I invite Dr. V. Krishna Reddy Garu, Professor and Principal, Fed, KL University, Vadeshwaram, and Session Chair, to grace the dais. I request Dr. A. Sri Krishna ma'am, Dean and Professor, Department of Information and Technology, RVR and JC College of Engineering, and Session Chair, to kindly join us on the dais. Thank you, ma'am. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome our distinguished dignitaries with a warm round of applause. We shall now proceed with the closing remarks. I respectfully invite Dr. Chittineni Aruna ma'am, convener of GCAISD, to present the conference report and share her concluding remarks. Please, ma'am.
Good evening. Respected Partons, Dr. P. Babu Garu, Principal of the host institution, Dr. K. Haribabu Garu, Academic Director of the host institution, distinguished session chairs, Dr. A. Sri Krishna Garu, Dr. P. Sai Kiran Garu, Dr. V. Krishna Reddy Garu, esteemed delegates, researchers, faculty members, industry experts, students and participants, a very good evening to one and all. As we gather for the valedictory session of Global International Conference on Global Challenges and AI-Driven Solutions for Sustainable Development, GCAISD 2026, I stand before you with immense happiness, gratitude, and a profound sense of accomplishment. Over the past 2 days, we have witnessed an extraordinary convergence of knowledge, innovation, research, and collaboration. What began as a vision to create a global platform for sharing ideas, addressing societal challenges through artificial intelligence, has today culminated in a truly successful international conference. On behalf of organizing committee, I extend my heartfelt gratitude to every participant, researcher, academician, industry professional, speaker, session chair, volunteer, and supporter who contributed on the success of GCAISD 2026. One of the most significant achievements of this conference has been the quality of research shared during the conference. We were delighted to receive 546 research paper submissions from academicians, researchers, scholars, and industry professionals representing diverse institutions and organizations. Following a rigorous review process, 50 high-quality papers were presented across India among 3 parallel technical sessions during conference. The presentations sparked insightful discussions, constructive feedback, and meaningful academic interactions, making the conference a vibrant platform for knowledge exchange and collaborations. These research contributions covered a broad spectrum of emerging domains like artificial intelligence, machine learning, data science, healthcare technologies, sustainable development, cybersecurity, blockchain, IoT, cloud computing, smart systems, and other cutting-edge technologies. The quality of papers presented during the conference reflects the tremendous research potential and innovation ecosystem that exists within our academic and industrial commitments. One of the major highlights of GCAISD 2026 has been our successful international collaboration with Shinawatra University, Thailand. This partnership has strengthened international academic engagement, promoted knowledge sharing, and provided opportunities for meaningful research collaborations across geographical boundaries. We are deeply grateful to the leadership and faculty members of Shinawatra University and Tamil Nadu Professors Association for joining hands with us in making this conference a truly global platform. This conference was further enriched by insightful keynote addresses and scholarly discussions. So I express my sincere gratitude to our distinguished keynote speakers whose wisdom, expertise, and perspective inspired all participants and added immense value to the conference proceedings. I would like to express my sincere gratitude to our keynote speakers, Dr. R. Sivaram Prasad Garu, Rector, Acharya Nagarjuna University, Guntur, whose inspiring inaugural address emphasized the role of artificial intelligence, innovation, and research in addressing societal challenges as well as problems. Dr. Julie Simon Makarola, Manager, International Affairs and Lecturer, Faculty of Education, Shinawatra University, Thailand, whose valuable insights on international education, global partnerships, and collaborative research greatly enriched the conference. I would also like to place on record our heartfelt appreciation to our esteemed session chairs, Dr. A. Sri Krishna, Professor and Dean, IT, RVR and JC College of Engineering, Guntur, Dr. Pasupuleti Sai Kiran, Professor, Department of Computer Science and Engineering, Prasad V. Potluri Siddhartha Institute of Technology, Vijayawada, and Dr. V. Krishna Reddy Garu, Professor and Principal, Freshman Engineering Department, Department of Computer Science and Engineering, Koneru Lakshmaya Education Foundation, Vaddeswaram, Guntur. Their expertise, guidance, constructive feedback, and academic leadership ensured the successful conduct of the technical sessions organized across the 3 parallel panels. I also take this opportunity to acknowledge the publication opportunities associated with GCAISD 2026. The accepted and presented papers are planned for publication through the CRC press conference proceedings, Taylor and Francis Group, subject to the publisher's review process and publication guidance. Later, all the papers will be indexed in Scopus. This provides an excellent opportunity for researchers to disseminate their work to the global academic community and gain a wider visibility for their contributions. I would also like to express my sincere appreciation to our co-conveners, Dr. K. Mallikarjun Rao Garu, Dr. A. Sunita, Dr. PGK Surisha, Dr. M. Purna Kishore, Dr. A. Sarath Kumar, Dr. K. Chandra Reddy for their exceptional commitment, meticulous planning, coordination, and tireless efforts throughout the organization of this conference. They have been working with me since 3 months. Their dedication has been one of the key reasons behind the success of GCAISD 2026. My special thanks also go to our internal judges, technical committee members, along with all reviewers and experts who devoted their valuable time on the evaluation and review process, ensuring the academic quality and standards of the and cooperation at every stage of the conference planning and execution. I also acknowledge the contribution of our registration committee, hospitality team, publication committee, technical support team, documentation team, finance committee, transportation team, administrative staff, and every individual who worked behind the scenes to ensure the smooth conduct of this global international conference. My heartfelt appreciation goes to our student volunteers who have been working with us since these 2 days. Their enthusiasm, discipline, professionalism, and dedication were truly commendable. Their support in registration, participant assistance, technical coordination, particularly in each and every event management, played a vital role in the success of GCAISD 2026. I would also like to extend our sincere gratitude to all our others, researchers, academicians, scholars, and industry professionals from various colleges, universities, research organizations, and industries in India and abroad, who submitted their valuable research contributions and participated actively in the conference. I sincerely hope that the interaction and collaborations initiated during the international conference will continue to flourish and lead to impactful research projects, innovative solutions, academic partnerships, and meaningful contributions towards sustainable development. As we conclude GCAISD 2026 Global International Conference, let us remember that the conference does not truly end with the closing ceremony. The real impact of conference begins today onwards. Afterwards, through the ideas that inspire us, the collaborations we build, the research that we initiate, and the innovations that we create, and conversion of that innovations into products. Let us carry forward the knowledge, inspiration, and relationships gained during these 2 days. Let us continue to work together to build solutions that are innovative, sustainable, and beneficial to the society as well. As the convener, I feel privileged and honored to have been a part of this wonderful journey. This success of this GCAISD Global International Conference belongs to every person present here today. On behalf of the entire organizing committee, once again, I express my sincere, heartfelt gratitude to our management, distinguished guests, session chairs, co-conveners, technical committee members, reviewers, faculty members, volunteers, others, industry participants, publication partners, collaborating institutions, and every individual who contributed directly or indirectly to the success of this conference. Thank you for being a part of GCAISD 2026 and contributing to its success. May we meet again with even greater achievement in the future also, expecting the same. Thank you very much. Jai Hind.
Thank you, ma'am, for your inspiring words and the dedicated leadership. Now I request Dr. P. Sai Kiran Garu to address the audience and share his insights.
So thank you very much. And so as a member who have organized multiple conferences earlier, I understand the difficulty in organizing a conference, and that too the international conference. So it takes a lot of effort and lot of team effort, and it does not end here, but it may take 6 more months until the publication is completed in the corpus. So lot of team efforts, and the selection criteria also looks to be very good. 1:10, 1 paper out of 10. So I heard that 590 papers were received, and out of which 50 were selected. So 1:10 is very good selection ratio, and considering it as a scopus, it is good. And to have the conference in collaboration with a foreign university is also a very good sign. It is in multi-dimensional. See, this is not the first time visiting the campus. As far as the conference is concerned. So the conferences are no more offline, no more online. But a hybrid is a very good combination where we have the scope of getting some of the papers online as well as offline. And the conducting this conference also in a hybrid mode is also a very good sign. and I congratulate every faculty and students involved in this conference for organizing the event so well and so successfully. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. Now I request our extended session chair, Dr. V. Krishna Reddy Garu, to address the gathering and share his reflections on the conference proceedings.
Good afternoon, all of you. I would like to congratulate the entire organizing team who are directly or indirectly participating in that. My colleague has also said the same thing. I observed here in Kids Guntur, most of the students are participating in all the events. That's a good sign. We always appreciate for students who are learning engineering or any other courses, academics is the only part what they have to feel in the generally. But all-round development is very, very important for growth in your life. So who are participating in the events, learning the things, management skills, how to do the activities, all the lifetime achievements you have to achieve by using the doing the things, not for only study. Doing the things is more important. Nowadays, each and every organization, they are focusing on skill. In olden days, CGPA is matter for getting the placements or get settled in your life. But nowadays, there is a buzzword, skill, skill, skill. Skill is not happened by studying the textbooks. Skill is happened by doing the activities. So if you participate in more activities, then automatically you have to get all-round development, you have to get more success in your life. So I observed in the entire campus, I'm not there in the particular room, I'm here and there, they are roaming in the morning and evening. When we are coming to this room also, we observed some activities going on in the ground, yoga activity. All the organizers are students only. From 0 to 100%, they are taking care wholeheartedly. Okay, at the time of 2 o'clock or 1 o'clock, with the temperature also, they are doing wholeheartedly. That's appreciate thing. I appreciate the management, director and principal sir, who are giving that opportunity to the students to participate and not organize when they are studying their education here. And one more thing, in the olden days, research is happened only in the primary institutions. Okay, real research. But nowadays, it is a mandatory thing in our regular life. If you observe it for each and everything, we have to do the research activities and you have to learn the things. So the title is very appropriate for the current situation, artificial intelligence driven solutions. I would like to share one important thing and real-time situation which has happened very recently. Please listen carefully. Everyone can say AI is everywhere. You can use AI for produce the efficient results in each and every activity. Like that, most of the people are educated like that. That's why they are using AI tools for getting the solutions. So in the same manner, in one court, all the lawyers are discussing about AI tools are available. We have to generate the reports in efficient way instead of writing all the cases line to line and everything. The same thing they are educated the judge also. Sir, please the AI tools for generating any report you want to write 10 pages or 15 pages for judgment of a case. So judge is also motivated for using the AI tools for giving one judgment of the one case in the real time. He gave all the inputs which is available in the particular case to the AI tool and asked the AI how to dismiss this case. So automatically our AI tool, that's ChatGPT or whatever it may be, number of companies they are providing it. One AI tool is generated, this 1 page or 2 page report. Based on these all the valid points, there is a possibility to dismiss this. For every time judgment in the courts, for giving each and every point, there must be a reference based on the previous judgments or something. The reference links also is generated by the AI. So as it is without verification of that report, the judge is used to judgment of that by taking the printout of those 2 pages and sign on it, and next day judgment is happened based on that. But what the lawyers are there in the particular judgment who claimed that case, they verified that links. They never accept that judgment. They verified that links. That links are not happened in any previous reports of the judgments. which is generated by the AI. So immediately those lawyers filed a case in Supreme Court. Okay, because this is a lower court, higher court they are claiming the judgment, challenging for the judgment. Particular judge is given this report based on these references. He dismissed the case, but these links are not available in the entire documentation of the court files. So Supreme Court verified each and every link. Really, it's not available. That's why Supreme Court released a circular stating that use the AI tools without verification purely, those links and references. Don't give the judgments or don't claim the cases or don't generate the reports based on blind mode of the AI reports. So some circular is released. So what I would like to say based on this example is use the AI tools for any purposes, but you have knowledge for judgment of that report is correct or not. Without that, don't use. Sometimes it spoils the life. So that remark is always there in the particular judge. There is a remark for the judgment. So any promotions are there, those remarks will be considered for that, for the next level or some further processes. That's why for every technology there is a pros and cons. We have to observe it and you have to thorough knowledge. Don't use the AI tools blindly. You have to know the knowledge, is it correct or not, verify and use it. Okay, I would like to conclude with this example. Thank you very much for giving this opportunity for this today's conference. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. May I now invite Dr. A. Sri Krishna ma'am to offer her valuable observations and closing remarks.
Good afternoon, one and all. Respected Principal Sir, Dr. P. Babu Garu, respected Director K. Haribabu Garu, Session Chairs Dr. V. Krishna Reddy Garu and Dr. P. Sai Kiran Garu, Dr. C.H. Aruna Madam, and dear teachers and my dear friends. A very good afternoon, all of you. So, today I am very happy to associate myself for this particular conference, that is international conference, AI for sustainable development. Okay. So when we talk of AI, so it's a buzzword now, and thinking of AI, today scientists have developed different machines to move more closer to this particular human intelligence that becomes the artificial intelligence. So coming to the AI used for sustainable development, here we are as accelerating these particular solutions for economic, environmental and societal needs for well-being of humans and here the quality governance. Yesterday, in the keynote address, Sir has clearly mentioned where this particular AI can be used for this particular sustainable development. He has mentioned number of fields like the medical, the agriculture, and the home appliances which we are daily seeing, okay, and the military, and then we are going for mining and many more. So coming to this particular conference, I am very happy that here you have brought number of budding minds together for enriching their knowledge and also created a platform for the scholars here to share their ideas among other scholars. I would like to congratulate the management here who has enlightened number of the young minds or young engineers across the globe. I am very happy to note the hard work done by Dr. C.H. Aruna Madam and her team to make this particular event a successful one. And at the end, I feel that every teacher here will take back home some insights from this particular conference and enrich themselves. Thank you, one and all.
Thank you very much, ma'am. Now I request our principal, sir, to share his thoughts and blessings.
No thoughts. So this is the era of AI, and I belong to the old civil engineering. So I cannot speak much with AI. Only using chat GPT I can do it, of course. Right. A very good evening to one and all. I think the conference is a successful one. Am I right? If it is success, all the credit goes to you. If there are any lapses, it is ours. I think there are no lapses except yesterday afternoon food. Am I right? Right. So anyhow, I congratulate the organizing team, the efforts made by the organizing team, as well as the presenters, paper presenters. Research is required in these days. Without research and without updating your knowledge, you can't do anything. If you update yourself or if you adapt as cockroach, cockroach is more adaptable over the years. This is the words of Chetan Bhagat, not mine. He said in one of his meetings that you should adapt to the circumstances. Presently AI, maybe in the next 5 or 6 years some other program may come, but you should be adaptable and you have to learn or update yourself. Right? So once again I congratulate all the others. Right? And the organizing team, all the members, I need not mention the names, and especially I must be thankful these 3 session chairs. It is very difficult. They need so much patience. If it is boring, we can come and go out. But for them it is not possible. Throughout the session they should be alert. So I kudos to their patience. Thank you very much, and for your valuable contribution here. And I thank the principals of different colleges, all the 3 colleges, for sparing your services to here. Thank you very much, and expect many more in the coming future. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. Now I request our director, sir, to please share his thoughts.
The honorable dignitaries on the dais, Principal Dr. Babu, Session Chair Dr. Krishna Reddy Garu, Dr. Sri Krishna Madam, Dr. Sai Kiran, and convener of this conference, Dr. Aruna, heads of the departments, professors, research academicians, industry persons, and faculty members, finally the students. A good evening to one and all. I congratulate the entire team of this, led by Dr. Aruna, for their entire efforts for the last 6 months to organize this international conference. And we must thank Shanavatra University, Tamil Nadu Professors Association for associating with us and conducting this program first time in our institution in a big way. And I request all the other heads of the departments and faculty members, you also come forward to organize such international conferences, at least one from each department in 1 year. So some department this year, they are planning, next year some other department. Like that, it is a continuous thing, so that when we organize, the academicians or researchers have the opportunity to present in those places. So we have to create that opportunity. Then only the inspiration will come from the so many members. So that's why somebody has to initiate that. So we must be in the first one. And we are always happy that the faculty members wholeheartedly they will work for any event, and especially the students. Without their effort, without their involvement, especially in our college, we won't make it a successful program. So I appreciate each and every student, because even day before yesterday, here the technical training is going on up to 5 o'clock, and everybody wants to leave, but after 5 they made it ready by removing benches and these round tables they arranged. I wondered actually whether it is possible or not, but with the faculty and the students, they done a dedicated work for this arrangement and make it a grand success. So I thank one and all for making this grand event success. Thank you.
Thank you very much, sir. Now, Best Presentation Award. So out of, we have offline session and online sessions. So in the offline session, we have 15 papers, and in those 3 papers were selected as best papers. So I would like to announce those 3 best papers. The name of the person who has got the Best Presentation Award, Dr. Srinivas Seshasai sir, K. Vasanti garu, and V. Maitri. Please come forward, and I request all the dignitaries on the dais to present. ముందు నుంచి Congratulations. The session chair for the offline session, Dr. A.C. Krishna ma'am. Dr. Purchandra sir and Ayappa Chakravarti sir, Syed sir. I request the participants to give their valuable feedback. Any participant, please share your feedback. Please come here. Jesse Babu. Outside participants, girls from Nirula, one of you please come here and share your experience. The awardees of the best session papers can share their feedback. Dr. Sai sir, please.
Respected dignitaries on the dais, of the dais, and my dear participants. So, really it's a good experience. Offline presentation, maybe after 4 or 5 years later, I presented the paper here. So, last 4 or 5 years, all my papers are online only. So, I really enjoyed the presentation. The arrangements are very good. So, thank you one and all.
Sir, we are honored to have you here, sir. As we draw the curtains on this prestigious international conference, let us carry forward the knowledge gained, the connections established, and the inspiration received during these memorable sessions. On behalf of the organizing committee, I extend a heartfelt gratitude to all dignitaries, keynote speakers, session chairs, authors, delegates, participants, sponsors, and volunteers whose contributions made GCAISD 2026 a resounding success. Thank you all for being part of this remarkable journey. Wishing you safe travels, continued success, and many more opportunities for collaboration and innovation. Thank you. So let us raise for Jana Gana Mana.